I need my husband to treat me better. I need him to love me. I need him to not have affairs with other women so I can feel happy. All of those needs are attachments. And when you suddenly just make Allah your main source of happiness and strength, then that source is from inside. It's in my book, as I mentioned to you, that I went through three main stages in my life. The first stage was the stage of oppression, and then came the stage of freedom, where I did everything to end the oppression I had suffered in my life, and I was going to attain freedom, financial freedom, independence, and I was going to live life according to my own will. And I realized that all the freedom that I had created, all the achievement I now had, was an attachment. It was now a false god, because I thought this freedom, this independence is my source of joy and the source of happiness and strength in my life. But in reality, it was always God. So now comes the stage of liberation, where you realize true liberation comes from being a slave to Allah, being just saying, nothing is my will, nothing, only your will. And that is true liberation. So
and I just have to say that, and the compassion, Allah's compassion, is that
yes,
when you live aligned with His will, then your life is filled up with joy.
Yes, it is. It is.
Right? It's just filled up with joy. It's
Yes.
filled up with freedom. It's filled up with, all the things you want. Whether you have money or not becomes irrelevant.
Yeah, because it comes from inside. It's like, when you let go of the attachments, when you let go of this connect, like, oh, I need this, I want this, I need my husband to treat me better, I need him to love me, I need him to not have affairs with other women so I can feel happy. All of those needs are attachments. And when you suddenly just make Allah your main source of happiness and strength, then that source is from inside. And you could watch your husband having affairs or whatever he's doing, and you would just be, interesting. And you might still wish that he wouldn't do it, but it's not going to rob you of your joy. It's not going to rob you of your strength and your peace. And he may actually it's going to make him start wondering, what just happened to her? Who's this person? And that's actually happened to my students, where the husbands became so confused, because she was no longer nagging, she was no longer saying anything, but she wasn't in a bad mood, she was actually in a great mood, she was grateful, she started seeing some of his good qualities, which she swore in the beginning of the course that he had none. And suddenly she started seeing some of the good qualities and some of the care he had shown, and she could appreciate that. And it was just mind-boggling for the guy, like, what just happened here?